And Rouse Hill is a suburb which falls in the two council. One part of the suburb which falls in the Hillshire Council is very well established, very well, it's an old suburb, and it has its own metro station. And the other suburb is Rouse Hill, which is called Rouse Hill Tallawong. It falls under the Blacktown Council. It has its own metro station as well, which is called Tallawong Metro Station. And we are just going to go through the future projections of population and future growth in these two areas. So I'm just going to go back to the old Rouse Hill first, the established one. There's not much land left. Mostly it is already house and land developed. So the population projection is based on the number of homes can be built there. So if you look at this, the population in this suburb is currently around 10,000. And in next 15 years, they're expecting another 5,000 people to move in. And for that, the government is expecting to create approximately 1,800 new homes. And if you look at that, average household size is falling slightly. It is because the new dwellings would include mostly apartments. They can be 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or studio apartments. That means less number of people going to live in one dwelling. Dwelling can be anything. Dwelling, any place where you can live is a dwelling. It can be apartment, it can be a townhouse, or it can be house and land. So they are considering all kinds of dwelling altogether. All the people they're expecting to move in this area, and that's the number we see. So we see that Rouse Hill is a premium suburb, but there's not much of population growth is expecting. But because of its premiumness, because of the demography, the prices are still higher as compared to other suburbs. Now, the government added new area to Rouse Hill, which is a part of Blacktown Council. The moment government added this area, the prices of land in this area are already higher than the prices in Schofields. And they are almost as close to as Ponds. And that's what Rouse Hill brings us. It already tell us that good quality people, good demography is going to move in this area. That's why the prices are already high. People expecting good people to move here. And how many people are going to move here? What is the future projection? Now, this is astonishing, guys. Look at this number. In year 2021, the population is 11,000. In every 5 years, population is almost doubling up. In 5 years, it is going to be 25,000. What was the population of old Rouse Hill in 15 years? 15,000. It's going to outgrow the old Rouse Hill in next 5 years anyway, probably more than double. In 10 years, it's going to be 45,000, 64, and then eventually 79,000. 79,000 people are going to live in half of the suburb, That's what tells me that there will be more demand than supply. I can expect more capital growth in future in this particular region. Now, to back my understanding, this is the graphical representation of this table, and it basically considers population versus dwelling. So in this table, we are considering population, that is blue, and dwelling is represented by the gray, small gray. So these are the number of homes, apartments, townhouses, houses in this area, and the blue color represents the number of people living in this area. Right now, we are here. Guys, one thing I want to tell you that I keep on hearing from different people. Whenever I meet about real estate, we miss that window. We miss that time. We should have bought here 10 years ago. We should have bought 5 years ago. We should have bought 3 years ago. But I believe there's always a second chance. There's always, what has gone has gone. But you can still make your own history. You can still be a part of history, of a part of a growth of a particular suburb, if you understand what's going to happen in future. And that's what excites me about this suburb, because there's still much more to come.
Sumit, I got a question, please.
Yeah.
Is there a specific factor which is going to contribute to this population growth in Rouse Hill?
Dush, to be honest, it's okay. Tell me. I don't have the right answer for this, I believe, but I believe one thing. I showed the 6 eyes in the beginning, remember? Those 6 eyes are not controlled by me, not controlled by you. They're controlled by the government, right? It's a government which decides how many people are going to come here. The government, if the government does not give a permission to build houses, nobody's going to come here. If the government does not decide the infrastructure planning to build new transport system like metro, buses, the freeways and highways, the roads, nobody's going to come here. So it's not you or me who decides that, it's a government. And that's government projection, which I'm sharing here, that this much population is going to grow in this suburb in next 20 years. Does this answer your question partially, if not fully?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I don't know all the factors which but I know one thing. It's a government which changes the condition and the demand and supply of particular region, particular suburb, and that's what government is doing. Government wants more people to move here. Governments want more people to live in, and that's why they're allowing a lot of apartments, a lot of townhouses and house and land being developed on the farmlands. Few years ago, most of the land, all the land here was farmland, right? People were living in acreages. Right now, we are seeing apartments being built here, and that's not a decision by us. That's a decision by council, and council is a government here. So, but again, I was just saying that you don't think you have missed your window. We can't get the lost time, but we can be a part of future. So don't worry what happened in past. It is gone, but don't worry, because why? We have still this much growth to see. And what I say, because we are all Indian, I'm just going to say that line, picture to bhi baki hai mere dost. So there's a lot more going to happen in Rouse Hill than what we have seen so far. And I'll just do one small comparison for you guys. I'm going to compare the past growth versus new projected growth of population. I don't know what's going to be interest rate. I don't know what's going to be, the new financial terms and all that, but I'm purely looking at demand versus supply of past and future. So if I move this thing here, I clearly see that Rouse Hill has not seen his best yet. The last growth of Rouse Hill, the previous growth in last 6 years is lower as compared to what we're gonna see in next 6 or 5 years ahead.